Pizza. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? All right, guys. So yo, what's up, guys?
What's up, you guys? Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Feezy-built channel.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Feezy-built channel. Today, I'm just doing a quick update and informing you guys on why I haven't had the most consistent uploads and what's been going on with my life and personal, if you're curious. So the reason we haven't really been uploading the most is we're waiting on parts just like everybody else. I've been doing plenty, but I just didn't feel like it was, worth your guys' time to even record. It's just the same stuff, right? So the cut and buff process on this chassis, I probably have about 15 to 20 hours total, just trying to perfect it. And there was a lot of spots that I did have quite the clear coat hills in it. It was my first time painting a car. It was my first time, my first real paint job and my first attempt at actually making straight body work. So the doors aren't perfect, but everything else seems spot on. It looks really good and I'm super happy. It's way better than I could ever imagined. Definitely well worth the work. Right now I'm trying to figure out a way to consistently upload because the channel just kind of falls off and dies if I don't have something to give you. So today's not going to be anything crazy, just like I said before, just something, quick information on what's been going on. So we've came to the point where we've gotten the entire chassis cut and buffed. We're cleaning all the cutting compound off of everything, like the dust. It leaves like a dust behind, and that was all stuck up in all these little areas. There's just an eyesore, and it's really hard to wash off as well. So what we've been doing is we've been using some of this just quick detailer, and you got to make sure you just kind of mist the stuff like that. You don't spray directly on the panel, and you wipe it off, right? So it's been going pretty well. But anyways, back to the reason why we haven't been making any real progress on the car is we have our cylinder head done, we have our block pretty much completely wrapped up and ready to go, but the one main component that we are missing is our action twin disc. And the reason that isn't here right now is because, just like everything, there was a huge order as soon as everybody got their stimulus checks and all that kind of stuff. So they've ran out of supplies, and they've had to wait for their suppliers to actually get the supplies as well. So when I bought it, it was like the 1st of March, and we're now in April, so it's been a while. It's almost the end of April, and we still have an expected date of 2 to 3 weeks out. So I'm just gonna try to make as much uploads and as much progress for you guys as I can and give you something that's worthwhile. So what I've been thinking is the sedan, that's an NA car I drive every day. I put roughly around 100 miles on it. The motor out of that actually came out of this from last season. It's been completely unopened. It's pretty much left alone, other than I pulled the cylinder head off and put a GSR head on there, right? So I have all the old turbo components on this. It's like a Rev 9 cheap turbo kit that I bought off of eBay. What I'm thinking about is just doing a 1-day turbo process and getting the sedan busted out. Maybe I'll cut it into like 2 or 3 videos to kind of extend it. Not 100% sure. Then we just go hoon the streets, have fun, shoot some flames, go have some car shows, and actually do stuff that you guys would probably be interested in, instead of sitting in the shop with no real reward at the end. But this is rewarding. So engine bay is pretty much where we want it. It still needs to be polished, it still needs some work, but I think what the plan is here is that we're gonna get the motor in the car, because most of the stuff you're not going to be able to see or access, so I'll probably put some polish there anyways. But the main part is, once the motor's in the car, the parts that are going to be the most obvious, and that's the parts that we need to address. But so far, look at that gloss, guys. It looks beautiful. I can't wait till you guys can see it in person. But there you go. flake. Look at that, guys. Here, I'm gonna put you up right here and open the door all the way. Look at that mirrored reflection, dude. Woo! Damn. Didn't see a beaut, guys? Looks great, right? So, I mean, at least in my opinion. But you see these areas here, all this stuff needs to be cleaned up. All this dirt and grime and just leftover, this is the dust I'm talking about. All that needs to be taken care of. And then we can actually go ahead and repolish and re-wax it. No more compound, which makes a big mess and removes all the scratches, does its job. But look at that. So we still need to do the rear wheel wells. I still have a bunch of stuff we need to get done on the rear end. So we're going to be rebuilding the rear trailing arms. We're going to be using blocks, spherical main bushings. We'll be doing new rotors, new pads. They already have brand new wheel hub bearings in the rear, so we're good there. We'll paint them, we'll refurbish them. We will do the upper control arm, or upper control arm. Where we're gonna do adjustable camber, adjustable toe, all that stuff, just so we can really dial in the chassis as best as possible, right? So that is coming in the future, but I want to get this motor in the car and get it dynoed and get that out of the way. But like I said previously, I think for right now, we're going to change the focus off this car because we've made huge headway and all we have is time to wait. So I think we're going to kind of close the door on this guy until the parts show up, and we're going to start focusing on that bad girl out there. So like I said, that is a NAB20 VTEC. It makes good power right now. It drives really good. I have no issues. I've street tuned it. There's nothing crazy. I had no dyno numbers, nothing like that to reveal to you guys. Maybe we will do some kind of like a draggy hit to see it before and after, or go to the track and see what it's like. But first things first is we need to get a traction bar on that car. It is an EK. The suspension is quite unstable. So, you know, some of those old bushings, all that stuff, to go through and redo all that's going to take a lot of time, cost a lot of money, just like what's going on with this. So a quick aid, a little band-aid over a bullet hole will just be a quick $110 cheap traction bar, and put a good amount of tension on it, put good preload on the suspension, and rake it up a little bit in the rear to really kind of force the natural weight and gravity, everything over the front tires to help for traction. So that's the plan, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry there hasn't been the most consistent uploads. Just like everybody with this COVID stuff, you gotta understand, I'm not a big rich dude. I'm not Boosted Boys, I'm not Cletus, I'm not any of these guys that have a huge following, a big backing, a cameraman, or you know, an editor, any of that stuff. I do all this stuff myself. So all the money for the parts, everything like that, it all comes out of my own pocket all the time, all the labor, all the learning, editing, uploading, all that stuff is truly for me, and it's raw. And it only will get better. So I hope you guys can bear with me and just give me the time and support, because here in the future, you know, if you know me locally, how cool would it be if we were a big deal, you know, and we did blow up and you were like, man, I grew up with that guy, or whatever the case is, you know, we can do this, but it's going to take teamwork. It can't just be me. I need your guys' help. So please give us a like. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification, leave a comment, guys. Seriously, say something. If you didn't like the video, say it, you know, or whatever the deal is, say something, because it helps so much. I can't describe to you how much it helps the growth, giving a thumbs up or something. There's a lot of work that goes into making this video, so I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, moan about it, but just give us a thumbs up, right? So I might pick this up in a little bit when we push this thing out in the daylight. I don't know what the deal is. I do want to go upstairs and get the turbo stuff out and show you guys what we're talking about before I end this video out, and give you kind of a basis of what we need to get done to get that car turboed. So pick back up with you then. Alright guys, so I went and busted out the old turbo components just to cap off this video with something positive. So here's my old turbo setup. Not the best, like I said, not the greatest, right? But hey, it's all there and everything works. It literally only has drag passes and a couple street poles on it. Does look a little beat up and dirty. I know it's not in the best condition, but I mean, it ain't bad. It made 305 horsepower and held it steady, so we know it's capable of that. And I think really all that we're gonna push on this thing is like 5 pounds of boost, because like I said, I daily drive this, and some of you guys might be like, oh, it's weak, but you gotta understand, if you really drive a car 100 miles a day plus and you rely on that vehicle, you don't want to take any chances. But 5 pounds should put us in like the 240 250 range and be just a riot to drive. So for me at least, it'll be fun. But really, that's all you need in these cars. Don't let people fool you with big numbers. I mean, honestly, we're trying to make 700 with our other car, but that's because we're chasing a goal at a time, and there's a little bit of a science behind that, and we're just kind of following the recipe and changing it a little bit ourselves. But that's for this car, you know, sedan, 250 range. So here we got our little front mount intercooler, 2.5 inch intercooler piping, pre-bent. It works for the entire chassis. There's no real modification that needs to be done. A knockoff HKS, it's missing a little grub screw, easy to replace. I need to replace all those anyways with good hardware and a little bit of Loctite. Usually I should have done that before, like I did with the wastegate. That's the blow off valve. I don't know if I mix those up, but 38 millimeter bolt-on wastegate, ram horn manifold. This pipe is usually going up. I was just fucking around with placement, trying to figure out what it's gonna do. Random boost line, boost controller, good old homemade catch can. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing crazy, guys. Just the basics. The car already has a Honda S300 in it. You know, the full works. Everything's set up to do boost. I already have a map from back in the day when this car was on 10 pounds and made 305. We'll just kind of scoot that in and adjust from there. The injectors, for right now, because the map is set for these thousands, I'm going to use these, but I'm going to be loaning these out to Anthony as soon as it's time to go. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to be doing for myself, because I honestly don't even have backups for this thing. But I'll probably just run some Hunter tunes. They seem to work really well. They flow right, and he's a good guy. I want to support his cause. So that's pretty much it for the turbo setup, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up the video right here. Thank you for watching. I hope you're excited for what's to come. I'm sorry about the no consistent uploads, but everything's just been boring. I might do a little video of our adventures sometimes, and just quick 3-minute video of the hikes and stuff we go on, because we go to some pretty cool places. But like I said, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever. Check this thing out one more time. All right, say bye, Becky.